What's good, bro? It's Louis Gusto. Welcome to the most famous Chinatown on earth. Last time, we took you on a journey to eat 10 of New York City's most iconic foods, but we didn't stop in Chinatown. That's because we knew this incredible neighborhood deserved its own iconic food film. Yo, buns, aka bao, are one of the most iconic NYC Chinatown foods. So our first stop of the day was at Golden Steamer on Mott Street. They got about 9 buns on the menu. You can grab them to go, but we picked up those freshly steamed buns. Let's see what we got. First up, we got the pumpkin bao. Even Chinatown is getting in on them fall vibes. Let's go. Yo, this reminds me of my morning oatmeal, but a way more fun version because I put a scoop of canned pumpkin with some cinnamon. Instead of a bowl of oatmeal, I'm having a nice golden bun with some creamy canned pumpkin on the inside. Next up is the egg custard bao. They have a salted egg yolk bun, and I just watched the original Rocky a couple of days ago. That's the one I really wanted. It won't be ready for 2 hours, so the egg custard is the next best thing. So soft and pillowy, and that egg custard is sweet. Oh, delicious. Now it's time for my next favorite breakfast food item, pork. Not bacon, but roasted pork with Char Siu sauce inside of a steamed, fluffy, pillowy bao. Such a perfect breakfast food item. It's nice and hot and steamy. You have various fillings from sweet to savory. Not just one of my favorite foods in Chinatown, but one of my favorite foods, period. I mean, what can I say, bro? I just really love fluffy buns. Our next stop is at Yijishimo Noodle Corporation for another NYC iconic food, the rice roll. It took about 20 minutes to serve these up to us. You gotta see how they make them. They got these humongous trays. They put out the rice liquid, add the toppings, they put it back, let it steam, bring it out, they roll it up, chop it up, and serve it up in these cute little metal trays. They got a few to choose from. We went with the shrimp party, not just because I love shrimp, but I think that's a really excellently named food. Regular shrimp, dried shrimp, cilantro, and egg. And this place has been on our list for a very, very long time. Let's go. Just like the bao, this is a perfect breakfast food item. You got eggs in there, you got a little extra protein with the shrimp. It is bulking season, so I need all of these macros together in one convenient tray. Puerto Ricans love rice, Chinese people love rice. We need to find a way to make a Puerto Rican rice roll with some pernil and some arroz con gandules, roll it all up in this with some cilantro and soy sauce. Ooh, that's my next restaurant idea. We've had our buns, we've had our rice rolls, and the next stop is Chang Fishballs Noodles. And for all you nerds out there, you may have guessed, that means we're eating fish balls. I've had fish cakes, I've had fish sticks, never the fish balls. So in preparation, we watched a YouTube special where in Singapore, they showed us how they make their fish balls. And at one point they had some CGI fish balls falling from the sky, and the host was like, trying to avoid them. I'm like, what kind of host is that? I'd be out there like, oh. I don't need my fish balls to be raining from the sky. Thankfully, I got them in this plastic bowl. I couldn't decide between the curry fish balls and the oyster sauce. So my dude was like, why don't you just go half and half? And I'm glad I did because these look excellent. Got a little hoisin and a little hot sauce on these. It's like a mix between a fish stick and a fish cake. I'm a seafood lover. Every birthday, I made my parents take me to Red Lobster. Hey, even if you're a pescatarian, you can enjoy a fish ball. Xiao Long Bao, aka soup dumplings, are another iconic Chinatown food, and you can get them pretty much all over the neighborhood, but we really love Deluxe Green Bo. This is our very first time sitting in because we usually grab them to go. When you want to order them, look for the tiny buns on the menu. No, literally, bro, that's what it says, tiny buns. We got the pork, which is a classic. We also got a pork and crab, a little twist on a classic. They come out in these bamboo trays, still steaming. Be careful though, because they can be hot on the inside. Eating one of these beautiful little soup dumplings is such a transcendental experience. The broth is so delicately flavored and that meat inside, nice and chewy. We punched a little tiny hole so that the soup could come out so it wouldn't burn my tongue and I could really taste all those flavors. The pork and the crab is like watching a buddy cop movie here in Chinatown. One's sensible and the other's a little bit crazy. We just had a lot of savory flavors like curry and crab, so my sweet tooth is acting up. Next stop is Golden Fung Wong Bakery to eat the moon cake. Legend has it that Kanye was inspired to write the Moon song for his Donda album after eating a few of these moon cakes. They had taro, pineapple, green tea, sesame, but we went with the black bean. I love Cuban black beans and I'm really interested to see how they taste sweet inside of a cake. Now these are traditionally eaten during the Lunar New Year, but shh, here's a little secret. You can eat them any time of year. Just keep that between me and you. You know us Latinos love our beans, but we always have them on the side of rice. To put them inside of a cake is just simply genius in my mind. It's so delicious, that bean flavor with just a little touch of sugar inside the crusty cake. That's why it's an iconic food. You can't have an iconic Chinatown food list without Char Siu. We're back at Hey Hey Roasted to have the Hey Hey Trio. Roasted pork, rice, and an egg. There's also some Chinese broccoli, so technically that's the Hey Hey Quartet. Regardless, I'm not gonna complain because 4 is better than 3. This pork is roasted up to perfection, meaty, savory, and a little bit sweet. I'm gonna bring some of this home for Rowdy. Our next famous Chinatown food is Boba Tea. And I know you might be thinking, come on, bro, tea is not a food, that's a drink. Well, inside this tea are the little tapioca pearls the size of wild blueberries, and that is a food. Besides, it's about midday and I need a caffeine pick-me-up. Plus, boba tea is so iconic, you can find it all over New York City and beyond, but you gotta come to Chinatown to find a place like Ali Mama, which is locally owned. They specialize in desserts like mochi donuts and cream puffs, but they do the tea up big, and that's how we like it. It's so pretty photogenic. They're blending fruits and teas. It's all premium, cold brew. If you got a streetwear brand and you're trying to do a photo shoot for your new upcoming fall and winter line, come to Ali Mama, get yourself a tea, pose with it around Chinatown, get yourself some good lookbooks. This is the most beautiful boba tea you can find anywhere on this planet. Rose petals, the herb, the piece of fruit, and the platinum flakes. It's not just a drink, it's an experience. A handful of the foods we've eaten today in Chinatown have been somewhat trendy, like boba tea, rice rolls, and fish balls. But when you're compiling any list of top 10 iconic foods, you gotta throw some old school classics in the mix. Now, when you're talking Chinatown famous foods, you can go egg roll, lo mein. We're at great NY Noodletown to have the Wonton Soup and the Soy Sauce Noodle. They're also known for their roasted meats here, like chicken and duck and pork. We went with these because they are among our favorites in this neighborhood. As soon as you come in, you're welcomed with a nice pot of tea and a big menu, but don't let that intimidate you because a lot of things are just variations, and I'm diving right into this food. I mean, you had to figure this was coming at some point, right? You can't be in Chinatown all day and not get yourself some noodles. These noodles are fried up in a wok and come with bean sprouts, carrots, mushrooms, and scallions. They're so good, especially when you pair them with that tea. It's an all-time classic dish right here.
Wonton Soup is iconic. You can go anywhere around Chinatown to find this, but we love it here. The wonton are filled with shrimp, the broth is flavorful, and it has tiny green onions. We're in the early days of fall, so the temps are dropping. This is just the perfect thing on a day like today. Warm and comforting wonton soup.
Bro, this one is special because of all the iconic foods that we've eaten today. This is the only one that I ate as a kid. Since we couldn't get an egg roll, orange chicken, or pork fried rice today, this wonton soup is hitting that nostalgia bell. So far today, we've had steamed buns, rice rolls, moon cakes, fish balls, Xiao Long Bao, boba tea, wonton soup. But we ain't done yet. And if you are enjoying this film, make sure you subscribe. In Chicago, we had the deep dish pizza. London was all about the beef Wellington. But in New York City's Chinatown, the showstopper iconic food experience is hot pot. We're at Da Long Yi, an international Szechuan-style hot pot chain that has come to New York City. Basically a big pot of boiling soup in the middle of the table. Lots of meats, mushrooms, vegetables, tofu skins, all to dip in the broth and experience it one savory bite at a time. We got a half and half hot pot, chestnut chicken, and the signature spicy beef tallow. On the side, we got some premium beef and lamb meat, frozen tofu, some noodles, some vegetables, oyster mushrooms, steaming right up in my face, so I'm getting a little sauna action too. It's a whole party going on at this table right now. Let's get into it. Yo, the pot was hot and we liked it a lot.